Hey, what's up, everyone? Starting to get everything ready for the fish fry. We've got our trout right here, which I'm pretty stoked about. It just rained a bunch, so it's kind of it's a little overcast at the moment. It was pretty sunny out just a while ago, but we had this storm roll through, and so I'll show you right here. I came back to the campsite that I was at that has the creek by it right here. So we're just chilling right now, and Sierra's been kind of napping ever since. I fed her probably about 4:30, and she's been relaxing ever since. I did get a new stove, and I want to show you all this real quick. It folds up to, like, it basically folds together. So this thing folds over onto this. The only thing about it that I don't like is that it doesn't have a wind, like any sort of wind protection. So if I'm cooking with it, the wind can come and kind of slam into it and mess with the deal a little bit. So I took the deal off my old stove, and I want to figure out a way to make like a wind protection over there to make sure it's all squared away. So let's say what's up to everybody real quick. I want to go through the comments here real quick. So let's see. Introverted Outdoors, hello, what's up? No Fear to Trek, yo-ho, what's up? Let's see, Jilly Mac, hey y'all. All right, Mr. Airborne, how you doing? Jill, let's see, Richard, you're saying it's at 7 o'clock. Jill, you're tuning in from Washington State, that's awesome. Let's see, enjoying cooler temps on Oregon's coast. Cool, man. I'm glad to hear that. I know it's been really warm out there as of late. I mean, like actually like blazing hot, which really sucks. So that's not fun. But see, let me show you the fish that I have here. So this is the one that was in the picture. It was roughly a 14-inch trout. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to cut it in half and do this portion tonight, and then I'll do this portion tomorrow. And had a really good time, like really good time fishing, and got a lot of really nice fish. I did have this one section of it was about a 20-minute time frame where I literally landed like 5 of the most beautiful fish I've ever landed, and my camera was out, so I didn't actually get any pictures of it. But I wish I would have, because some of the trout that I had, I mean, they're so big I couldn't even fit them in my hand, like as far as big around. So I had to balance them on my hand and try to finagle out the hook with one hand. And then let me see if I can put this up here. Yeah, that'll fit. Okay, cool. That's right up on the little thing here. So I had to hold it on one hand and then finagle the hook out because they were so big. And the coloring on them was amazing. And I measured one of them and it was 18 inches, which is pretty good. So this one's only a 14-incher, you know. So imagine, 4 more inches on there and a lot more girth. And that was the size of fish that I was catching out there. But I didn't get any of those on film. I did get a couple more on film that are pretty fat, though, which is nice. And this is the only one that I harvested. The rest of them were just catch and release. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see, Deb N, how you doing? From Rochester, New York. Thanks for tuning in. See, Jason Willis made it. Finally caught a live stream. All right, that's cool. Everything's going good here. Just relaxing. I'm gonna get caught up on sleep tonight. I was just jamming like crazy fishing. I was gonna go fish this other lake, and I thought, man, I just need to relax for a little bit, get caught up on some sleep, and do some videos, and then head back out. So I'm gonna head out. I've got to take my truck in on Thursday for just a few upgrades and just a little maintenance work. So I may roll out on Monday or Tuesday and see if I can go fish this other lake. I met somebody up at the lake. I actually met a lot of people up at the lake that follow the channel. I've met like 6 different people that had followed the channel. One of the guys told me some secret information on a lake that's really awesome, so I look forward to checking it out. So, all right, let's see what else we got. Yeah, somebody tuned in from Lake Superior. That's cool. I've never been up there. I heard the Great Lakes are awesome. Cowboy Camper, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, Sierra's doing well. She's in here just chilling right now. Let me show you. She's in the top, just relaxing next to the candle, having a mellow Friday night. So we're gonna get it started here. Probably I'll be cooking here in about 5 or 10 minutes and get going with it. Let's see what else we got. Barry Andrews, during the fall winter seasons, we would be inside of a log cabin sometimes. Oh no, I'm just gonna be in the tent with the wood stove. And I'm going to work on some stuff in my place, so that way, like next year when the monsoon seasons are going on in northern Arizona, I can actually be out of my place. Just right now with all the rain out there, all I have are campsites set up on my property. I don't have any actual structures built, and so it'd just be real messy if I was out there at this time. So I want to build some structures where I can actually weather the rain, and then check out all the insane monsoons out there, because everybody's saying like the whole place has been flooding like crazy. It's been incredible. So I want to check that out. It'd be pretty cool. So let's see here. What else have we got? I think I'm getting caught up on which fly patterns we're using. Mr. Ringer was asking. So I was using San Juan worms. Let's see, the Adams. It's like an Adams pattern, and then like a normal caddis with black foam on it. And let's see what else. I think that was pretty much it. I had the most luck with the Adams pattern, and then the San Juan worm. For some reason, they weren't hitting the caddis very well. So, oh, and I also did a black ant, flying black ant, and the flying black ants were going crazy. They were going crazy for that. So that worked really well. But just anything on the top of the water right now seems to be hitting pretty good. So let's see. What is that collapsible pole? Oh, this collapsible pole up here, this is just a hiking pole. And then back here, I use a painter's pole for the tarp here to hold this up, because you can like adjust it up or down with this. And so if I wanted to, I could get this thing and really ratchet it up if I want to, or bring it down and make it more tight, and it just depending on how the weather's going. So I like it in that regard. And then it's nice having the poles like this. I've got a hiking pole here. Then I've got one on the outside as well. If you see on the outside here, this creates like kind of a little window for me to look out from the stove area, looking into there, which is kind of nice. I like to have that airflow through here, because I found if I have the tarp really tight on both sides, it just gets hot in here during the day. Even if it's cool out, it's like the passive solar just gets to be a little too much. So, all right, let's see. Hello from the Adirondacks. That's cool. I'd love to go up there and check that out. Hello from East Tennessee. What's up, Zach? All right. Let's see here. What else have we got? Hello from Emmett, Idaho. Oh, cool. I'd like to go up to Idaho. Be cool. All right. So here's what we're going to be cooking with tonight. We've got flour, cayenne pepper, a little bit of cornmeal, kosher salt, and then pepper. And then I'm going to throw some onion on there and some honey and some butter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly fry it up. I can't do too much olive oil because it kind of jacks my stomach, but I can do a little bit. And so we're going to put olive oil into here, let it warm up, batter everything up, and we're going to use the bag, like this bag that it's in. I just put all the ingredients in here and shake it up, and you're good to go. And we're going to process the fish up here real quick as well, because I want to cut up the fish, cut the head off, then cut the tail off, and kind of make it into 2 sections, because I can get 2 meals out of this fish, because it's pretty big, and it's got a lot of meat on it, so I'm pretty good to go there. So let's see. Somebody was asking. Oh, let's see, Eddie, you're asking how my stomach's feeling. It's kind of hit or miss. Like some days it's feeling a little bit better, and other days it's not even feeling remotely better. So it's just kind of one of those things. It's just going to be. I think I'm just going to have to deal with it for a while. And the after effects of the Giardia, just like the doctors were saying, could last years. And so we'll see how it goes. But it's not encouraging. Like I get pretty pissed about it, because I'm tired of not feeling well. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go ahead and process this fish. And I don't know if y'all want to watch that or not. I'm gonna do it though. So that's one thing about fishing like this, is like I always hate killing these fish when it's time for them to go, because I think they're so pretty. But I also think too, it's like knowing where my food comes from and earning it and appreciating it, as opposed to just ordering it off a menu and just being like, oh yeah, I'll take that one. I feel like it gets me a closer connection to my food source. So let's go through here. And this is a really pretty trout. I went ahead and cleaned it, and I've got that on film. So I've got went ahead and cleaned it. I do need to wash it out a little bit though. So I'm going to run over to the creek here real quick and wash this out. So give me 5 seconds. I'll be right back. So the part of the trout that I always have a problem getting 100% clean is where the blood is down here at the base, where you got the spine right here, and you have that, and like the blood will come along here. You have a big old blood pocket, and I always have a hard time getting these last ones out. But to clean these trout, it's very easy to do. You just take a knife and you put it into at the butt here, and you just go like this, and it opens up the cavity for you, and you just remove all the stuff that's in here, and it's ready to go. So this fish, when you're fishing for trout, it's real easy to clean them. There's 2 ways to cook them. You can scale this, which basically you take a knife and go across it on both sides and get all the scales off. And then you can actually go in here, and if you can see how there's the ribs all through there in the rib cage. You can cut all that out, and then you can actually lightly grill these in a cast iron. You can just put like a little bit of olive oil on it. Or you can do like what I'm doing, and I'm actually going to cut it up. So I'm going to cut the head off here, probably cut down to about right here. We're going to have about a 4-inch, 5-inch section on both sides that we can fry up, and we'll fry it up as one big piece, and then they'll remove the skin and eat it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the head here. If you don't want to watch this and don't want to be squeamy, if you're squeamish, then don't. If you're going to remove the head of a trout, I just go behind the first fin here in the gill. You just go like this and get it off. It's kind of hard to get into those bones sometimes. All right. So there we go. Here's an example of some of the blood that will be on there. So that's blood that's left over. So you can just simply scrape that off and you're good to go. So we'll do that real quick. So you can see, there's a lot of meat on both sides of this. This is a big hunk of fish that we have here. And this is going to make an excellent meal. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the back part here. And let's see, let's go with a little bit of a bigger portion. Then we'll do the rest of it for like a fish taco tomorrow for lunch. So sorry for all the shaking here, but I'm trying to get through the spine of the fish. All right, there we go. One thing I didn't do was sharpen my pocket knife before we got into this, so I apologize. It's taking a little bit longer than usual. That's a tough section right there. And I'm doing a really bad job with this at the moment. That's frustrating. Gosh darn. This knife is so dull. I'm butchering this fish, unfortunately. Why is that so tough? All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fry this one up. And I'm going to run it through the water one more time, and then I'll be right back. All right, so we got our fish now. And what I want to do is I want to take the bag that it was in, which is right here, and I'm going to rinse this out just with the water that I have from camp. And let me pull this back up. All right, so sorry for the guts there. So anyway, I didn't clean the knife. I didn't sharpen my knife before we got into that, and that's why it took so long on that last part there to get to the last part of the spine. So my apologies on that. You can also use like the pocket knives here. So I use a Swiss Army knife, and on it they have little scissors, and these scissors are actually good to use for clipping through. Yeah, I mean like a really small kitchen shears, if you will. You can clip through the spine with that. So that way, if you're scaling it and you're wanting to remove the interior, like the rib cage and all that stuff, you can use those scissors to snip through it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fish here, simply, just put it inside the bag, and then we're going to start taking a little bit of this stuff and throwing it in there. Oh, let me throw in some olive oil first. I'm going to move the seal here. We're going to have it come and looking down on us, actually. All right, coming right here. All right, now we're back. Okay, so there, that's a little bit better view, and I'm not so up in your face. So we've got the bag with the fish. It's going to take probably just eyeball it. We'll let me throw some oil in here first. So what I like to do, so that way, this way, if you put some oil on it, all the stuff will stick to it, And so let me go ahead and throw some oil in here, like that, and then on the outside, we're good to go. I don't know if y'all have ever smoked trout, but if you have, I smoked some brook trout one time when I was on a backpacking trip, and it was amazing. Like the skin flakes up like a potato chip. It looks like a potato chip, and it actually tastes like one. Tastes like a really good potato chip, which I was floored about. Smoke it for about 45 minutes over a fire, which is really awesome. All right, so let's grab this stuff here. I'm gonna bring it all down. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Right there. All right, so let's grab, like I said, we'll just kind of eyeball this. So we're just going to throw it in there. We're going to take our cornmeal. I kind of drizzle it in there like that. Same with the flour. Oops. It's obviously too much flour and too much cornmeal, but it's all good. And then with the cayenne, I don't put too much cayenne. I don't know if you all saw that video where I opened this at elevation, where I talked about opening at elevation. Like I was trying to get the little seal off of it, but it was all like pressured up and I couldn't get it off. So I'm like, well, I'll just poke it real quick. And I poked it and it shot me in the eyes. And I was up at a lake at like 11,000 feet and I had to crawl over I couldn't see. I had to crawl over to this creek to use the water to get it out of my eyes. So be careful open cayenne at elevation. It can get you. So I just put in just like, I don't know, a little bit like that. All right, we're good to go. And then the last two ingredients are just salt and pepper. And so I'll just put in like that. And then like this. And then looking inside here, you'll see how it's all the ingredients are in there. And then you just shake it up and you're good to go. So, all right, let's see. Oh, hey, what's up, Bridget? Bridget, you and Reese. Let's see. Build some stories. We're headed to Flag this week and try to catch some flag. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've been seeing how Flag and gosh, all of northern Arizona has just been getting clobbered with rain. So it's so great to see that, especially after how the season started with all the forest fires. That was tough, you know. Like I mean, gosh, out there it was bad. I mean, it was really bad. So. Anyway, you don't really have to leave this marinating or anything. Like once it's ready, once you mix it up and it's ready to go, you can start cooking if you want. So what I'm going to do is I've just got some strawberries to go along with this. And I think we're just going to go ahead and start warming up the oil, and then I can get caught up on some stuff here. Oh, hey, what's up, Joe? Thanks, man. Hey, I emailed you back. I don't know if you had a chance to check that or not, but I shot you a message reply. So thanks for reaching out, man. So all right, Timur, I'm getting hungry. That's a beautiful fish. Yeah, man, I'm excited to eat this. So let's go ahead and get the oil in here. Some people were telling me too, they're like, hey, you shouldn't be doing canola oil, you know, because you got a irritable bowel disease. I'm like, well, it's actually just an old container because it's plastic. All the olive oil, like the straight up olive oil containers you can get, like in the mountain towns, they all come in glass containers, which doesn't work for my fridge because I can always hear banging around. So I get the old. I've had this old container for like 2 years, and so I just keep reusing it because I don't want that glass in my fridge. It just, unless you have it packed in like super tight, it just is really loud. So I'm find a cap for that. So let's put that over there. And let's see. Let me start this up real quick. Where's my lighter at? So I'm not 100% sold on this fridge yet, but I think it's I'm sorry, not fridge, but this stove. But I do like the fact that it's smaller. The only problem is it goes through a lot more fuel because it's 20,000 BTUs as opposed to 11,000 BTUs, which is the Coleman stove. And so this one, I think is it Coleman? I think that's a Coleman stove too, but it's just like I just noticed that it's a lot hard, like a lot more of like a bigger flame and more forceful flame and stuff like that. So let's see here. All right. So Joe, okay, cool. Yeah, you get that email. All right, man. Right on. Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, Ashley? A quick shout out from. Oh, cool. You're tuning in from the UK. I hope you all are doing okay out there. I know that this stupid coronavirus surge is starting again with having shutdowns and stuff like that, or at least like mask mandates and stuff like that across different countries. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm going to stay out on the road and just keep trucking. I'm not going to ever, get off the road for that. I don't see a need because I'm in the middle of nowhere, always by myself. So I'm just going to keep the videos coming for y'all. So if things go into lockdown, don't worry, I got you covered as far as at least 4 times a week. I'll provide good entertainment for, for y'all to tune into. So Alan, yeah, the trout, it's good stuff for sure. So what's nice about this is I actually know of an area in Colorado to where I could go to that I can harvest wild onions and wild asparagus that grew up in Ohio to Meadow. So you could do, you can catch your fresh trout and then grab that wild onions and wild asparagus and make a tinfoil pack with this, and it would just be incredible. Or you could do tinfoil pack for your vegetables and then do like a smoking trout, which would be awesome. So, excuse me. My wellness challenge. Hey, go ahead, Beer. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you could join us. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go fishing though. I think the first part of next week, once I've got to take my truck in on Thursday to get some things just kind of updated and maintained and stuff like that. And after that, I'll be good to go like for the rest of the summer. I won't have to do anything in my truck. But with that window that I have from like Monday to Thursday, that the rain is supposed to be here all weekend. And then I think that on Monday or Tuesday it's supposed to subside. So that's when I'm gonna head up to that other lake. And it's along a really awesome 4x4 trail that goes up to like 13,100 feet. And these cutthroats in this lake are just huge. So I'm really excited. So all right, let's see what else we got. Let's see, it's still high in the UK, but dropping. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that it's dropping down, Ashley. That's awesome. So, okay, let's see. Judy, I got the vaccine. All right, right on. Yeah, I know. I had heard that there are some adverse reactions to some of that. So hopefully nobody that's had the vaccine, has those adverse reactions. That really sucks. So, but like I said, I'm gonna keep trucking with these videos and keep going. So, okay, we're getting a little bit warmer here. And once it gets cool enough, I'm going to head back to Arizona and start building stuff in my ranch. And so I'll be excited for that because I definitely, my friends were sending me all these great pictures and videos from Arizona during monsoon season. I'm like, man, it just looks so cool. And I know my place would have like killer flowers blooming and all that stuff just because there's so much up there on that property. So I'm pretty stoked. So let's see, Mary. Oh, cool. A new subscriber. My husband, Jim Lowe's like, oh, cool. Thanks for tuning in. Tell Jim I said hello. Hello from United Kingdom. Oh, it's 1:12 a.m. I didn't realize it was so late over in the UK. This kind of reactions happen with every vaccine. Let's see. Yeah, it's humid. Oh yeah, Taro. Yeah, I've heard that it's pretty humid out there, like 80% humidity. That's like Kansas weather. So in college, what I would do is I worked landscape and worked for like a landscape architect, and it would be like 1,000,000% humidity, 110 degrees in Kansas, and I'd be out there in full jeans and full denim shirts and like heavy duty clothes because we were planting these trees that had like huge wires around the bulbs of them and stuff like that, and they'd rip up your skin if you didn't have big old denim. Okay, I think we're ready to go here. Let's go ahead and start to put this in. You can always tell when it's ready to go because like the oil starts dancing a little bit. So I'm going to turn this down and grab this. Just throw it on there. And so what I typically do is I just check for firmness, and then that's when I flip it. So I'll do like a couple minutes on each side and then flip it over, and then a couple more minutes and flip it over. And I'll keep doing that until the firmness is where I feel like it's good to eat. So let's see. Oh, thank you. See somebody tuning in from New York. K-Man, New York. Thank you very much for the super chat on that. Here's a close-up of the trout going in there. So we're getting it going. Let me grab a spoon real quick because what I want to do is I want to lap some of this stuff over. Let's see, where'd that spoon go? No, I can't find it. I got this, which is good enough. So what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of the oil here, and I want to get it into the center portion of the fish. That way it cooks it up there a little bit in the center. And we'll do that. And then you flip it on both sides, and you can tell when it's ready to go. So, all right, let's see. Sedona Lewis tuning in from Yale University. Right on. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hope your Friday night's going good. So the nights are perfect, but the days are horrible. Yeah, Tara, that's what my buddy Chad was telling me. He said it was pretty crazy. So Tina, yeah, I've been jamming. I've been going all over the place. I've just been having so much fun. Now that I'm feeling a little bit better and I don't have that constant pain from that tumor, I feel better. I mean, I still don't get any sleep. I get like an hour of sleep a night or something like that, but I'm not in constant pain, which is nice. And so being able to jam around, like this is what I did when I first hit the road full time. That first year, I don't think I ever stayed in the same spot for one day. Like I would go to a spot and I'd be like, this is awesome. And I'd go to a new spot the next day. And one day I had it to where I'm like, I'm going to wake up in a new state for the next 4 days straight. Because, being in the four corners, you can do that. So I was in Utah. I went from Utah to Arizona, and then Arizona to New Mexico, New Mexico to Colorado, and then back over to Utah, and did that in 4 days. And I just love jamming around and going to all the different spots. And so I'm excited to be feeling better, at least not have that pain, because the pain was so much that I literally would just lay in my topper all day, and then I'd make a video and I wouldn't say anything about it in my videos. then I go lay in my topper again. And it was tough. And like I really thought about getting off the road for a while, but I thought, I'm better equipped to handle stuff out here. Like if anything goes south, I'd rather be out here, not feeling well than be in a house. And I know where to go where I can kind of chill and not have a bunch of people around and stuff like that. So I just basically just stuck to those spots and hung out. And it was, took a while to get through it. It's been about a year and a half of, kind of wondering what's been going on. But now it's getting a little bit better. I just think it's going to take a while. So. Let's see here. So Trout, yeah, I do. Sometimes I make fish out of the fins and tail. Also too with the skin, if it flakes up enough, then there'll be good chips out of it. So let's see the walking dude. Any tips for a beginner getting into off-roading? Yeah, just go out and drive as many trails as you can. That's how you find all the good stuff. Like just start driving 4x4 trails, and then all of a sudden you'll start seeing these cool areas to camp and different places to hang out and stuff like that. Also too, like all the old mining roads, at least in Colorado and in the American West, all the old mining roads are now the 4x4 roads. So it's going to be a little bit rugged. For your vehicle, if you want to do like a simple upgrade for your vehicle that doesn't require a ton of cash or effort, the upper control arms for the front suspension, if you swap those out, if you have independent front suspension and you have upper control arms, just swap those out with like the JBA, I think it's JBA off-road is what I have. And that's the $400 upgrade, and it creates an extra inch of travel on your front suspension without doing anything else. And it was amazing how much of a difference that makes on the ride. So, oh, hey, what's up? Let's see. Donna on private. Oh, cool. Thanks. Just finished building out my 400. Oh, right on. Heading out of Colorado Springs. No, right on. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. That's so cool. Well, there's a bunch of good spots in Colorado, and it's nice too. It doesn't seem like there's as many people out this year. Like last year with COVID, there was everybody out. And now it's, there's still people out. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like last year. Last year was nuts. And so it's kind of nice to see the forest returning to somewhat normal, Yeah. And with the rains, a lot of people don't want to come out when it's raining like this. And so, if you have a good tarp system, like this tarp, it's not a good tarp system, but I've got it rigged up pretty good. So like if you got a tarp area like this, that's covered, and you can chill underneath that, then you're good to go. And a lot of people, when they see the rain in the forecast, they're like, I just won't go out for the weekend. But I think that's kind of not like the best time to go out is when the weather's bad. If you've got a system like this, you can chill underneath it. The temperatures are awesome, because it's nice and cool out. And then, there's no one around, which is real nice. Hey, I need to go grab my plate real quick. So hang on a second. I think it's in my back seat. Let me go grab this. All right. Okay. I do like the way this stove is so small and compact. And then what I can do is I can fold it up when I'm done, and then I easily just slip it through here and then put it down on the table down here, and then I have my whole table to work on, which is nice. So I kind of like the fact that I've got that available. Let's see how our fish is looking here. I turned down the heat just a little bit to give it a low simmer, and it definitely feels like it's done or getting close to being done. No, it needs a little more. Let's see what this does is it creates a nice, like if you put the olive oil on it, when you put it into the bag, you can see how like the breading will stay on there. And so for those that are just now tuning in, what I used a mixture of flour, cornmeal, cayenne pepper, just a little bit. Let's see what else. Oh, and then salt and pepper. And then when I get done with it, I've got butter to put on there, and then also an organic lemon and a little bit of honey. So should be good to go with that. So, it's cool to hear that Tucson is green. That's great. And Great Adventures, don't worry, I'm not going to burn it. Everything's good. We're rocking with it. Everything is smelling. It smells awesome. I haven't had trout in a while, so this is going to be really nice. Let me flip this around. Let's see what else we got for comments here. Let's see, fried fish sounds delicious. I don't have any cheese grits, unfortunately. I've got strawberries, just some organic strawberries that we're gonna rock with it, and then I've got really good ice cream for when we're done. So I'm gonna have that for sure. All right, let's see here. Oh, hey, from Augusta, Kansas. Yeah, I've been to Butler County Fishing Lake. I love that area. I like to go camp down over there and stay kind of kind of over by the spillway area where that cool waterfall is. I like that area a lot. That's one thing about Kansas. A lot of people don't realize is like all the fishing lakes and all the different counties. I don't know how long ago it was. I think it was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. All the counties started getting funding from Kansas Parks and Wildlife, and what it was is they would go in and they'd make these lakes really awesome to fish at for the locals to kind of chill at, and you can camp at them for free, and they'll have like really clean pit toilets and really nice places to fish and stuff like that. So if you're ever passing through Kansas and you just need a place to crash and you want to camp and don't want to pay for a hotel room, just look up online at any of the state fishing lakes for the county fishing lakes for the different counties, and all of them have it, which is great. So Butler County is great. I love that fishing lake. It's a cool area. So, all right, let's see here. I caught my first Palomino trout this year. Right on, Colorado picker. That sounds great, man. All right, let's see here. I think we're getting pretty close to being done. It certainly seems that way. Yeah, I think we're done. All right, I need to go find my fork real quick, so hang on 1 second. And let's see what I did with this. I don't know what I did with the fork, baby girl. Now, I don't know where the fork is. We may have to hand eat it, which wasn't really what I wanted to do. But all right, let's see. Oh, cool. KS Corey, you're in Salina. Do a lot of flathead fishing. Oh yeah. Oh, dude, 63 pounds. That's a huge flathead. That's awesome. There's a lot of good fishing up there. I went to school at Kansas State, so we used to go fish up at the northern part of Tuttle Reservoir, is that wildlife area. And you can rent canoes from the campground up there and go fishing and check out all the awesome birds that are up there. That's a cool area to check out. All right, we're gonna turn off the heat and get this off of here. Let me show you here. All right, there we go. Big old trout fillet. It's looking awesome. Let's see if it's actually done though. I want to check the inside real quick. Yep, we're in good shape. All right, cool. So we're good to go there. And let's see. Let's do the strawberries. Oh, I'm going to do the butter too. This is kind of a new thing for me to have like strawberries with it and stuff. Usually when I'm up in the mountains, it's just the trout and then that's it. So, yeah, big fish. Corey, you were saying big fish in total. I remember when they were doing work on the dam when I was going to school at K-State. This was my freshman year after all that rain hit and Tuttle and K-State flooded. And we were going down Aggieville on rafts. I was 18 years old going to the bars in Aggieville, Russian fraternities and stuff like that. And that was crazy. But they were doing work on the dam, and they said the divers would go down there and they'd see catfish that were like, 15 feet long or something like that, which is wild. So that lake has definitely got huge ones. I also, too, heard that when there was a drought a while back, it showed all the old homesteads that were down underneath the water, which is pretty cool to think about. So also Native American stuff down there, because there's lots of Native American stuff in that area of Kansas, because that was kind of like where Tuttle Reservoir is. If you draw a line and it goes straight south, that was like where the beginning of the Comanche land started, and then the Kiowas, and who else was it? Was it the Kiowa, and I can't remember the other tribe, but the other tribes that were up in that area, that was right on the border of both of them. So there's lots of Native American activity up there, which is cool. All right, let me grab this. So what's everybody doing this weekend? Anybody got plans to go camping or anything? I'm obviously just chilling here, just getting caught up on stuff. But after this, probably, like I said, roll out on either Monday or Tuesday, go see if I can't access that lake and scout it out. I didn't get a chance to chill with Barron this past week. He had some stuff come up around the ranch, and then Elsa's backpack got cut short, so she came back early. And so we didn't actually get a chance to go out and do anything. So we're going to try and hook up, and that's why I want to go scout this lake to see if it's worth it for us to go up there and go kick it. So the footage that I have is just me solo, and then I've got 2 guys that I met up there that actually follow the channel. These guys, Ethan and Evan, and they were hanging out. So I got them on camera, and we were just kicking it and everything. So, all right, let's see what else have we got here. Let's see, master required again. No chance I can. Oh, it sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. That looks very delicious. So, yeah, here we've got right here. Oh, cool. Let's see. You're camping the Oregon coast. That sounds awesome. So here we've got the fish, and I'm going to go ahead and dive into this and see what it tastes like here. All right. I cannot wait for winter camping to start up. I know those videos were kind of confusing for some people that were wondering, like, why in the world do you have a winter camping video in the middle of summer? But what it was is just for people that don't know yet is I found a bunch of old memory cards that had winter camping footage on it. So just went ahead and started firing that up, and I mean, I started editing that footage, and I was just getting so excited. I stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, the first video that I edited, just being like, oh man, I can't wait for winter camping to start up. So, all right, so here we go. We got the trout. I can't find my fork, so we're just going to kind of go like this and eat it. But I've got a nice little nugget here. Then I like to take it, dip it in the butter. Yeah, so good. One thing with that, I wasn't really careful of it. You can see a little bones. I don't know if you can see them like sticking up right there. You can kind of work your way around that. And the easiest way to do that I've found is kind of just go pull it down. So like if the ribs are going this way, just pull the meat that way and it pulls right off it. So here, if I remove the skin, now watch, if we pull down this way, whoops, I'm trying to do it to where it doesn't fall off the deal here. But if we pull down this way like that, see how the meat just pulls off, and then it exposes the bones. See how the bones are just sitting there? So what I'm able to do is remove the skin back like this. So for those that are going to go eat trout, this is how you do it. I'm doing a really poor job of showing this because I'm trying to do it with one hand. But you basically just pull it down like this, and you pull all of it out, and the bones are staying here. See? Like that. See all the bones? That way you can eat it and you don't have to worry about getting a bunch of bones in your mouth, which is it's not fun. Done that, it's not cool. Yeah, it's so good. Let's see the captain. Met you a couple of weeks near. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, what's up, man? We were at the little parking lot there on the river. That's cool, man. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that was good to chat with y'all. That was fun. I don't know where y'all are camping now. I'm still kind of close to Slida at the moment. So, Kyle, you're doing a dispensaries crawl. That's funny, dude. All right, that's awesome. Let's see. Fork, check to the right pan. I did. It's not there. This is what I always do. I'll always like set out my stuff, and I'll think like, well, I'll just put it in a special location, for later, and then I can never find it. So I do that all the time with stuff. I stopped doing that with my headlamp because I was tired of like going into the nighttime without being able to find my headlamp, which was always kind of lame. So one thing I recommend is that if you're going to live this way, always have 2 headlamps on you, because one headlamp could like kind of putter out in the middle of the night, and you will need it to like go out and maybe use the restroom or something like that. And if you don't have an extra headlamp charged ready to go, it can make your night really inconvenient. So, and also too, have your headlamp ready to go before you get to camp, because if you get to camp late at night, it can be kind of a pain if you're trying to look for your headlamp and you can't find it, So, all right, is anybody there? Yep, there we go. All right, cool. Wow, Lady Alex, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Let's see what else we got. All right, cool. Peoria, Arizona. What's up, Steve? That's awesome, man. I hear that it's like really, really, really raining like crazy in Arizona, so I'm so glad to hear that. I can't wait to get back and see my place and see how everything's blooming out there. It's supposed to be pretty awesome. So, Green from Tallahassee, Florida. What's up, Greg? All right, cool. So this is pretty good. It's about half of it eaten so far. Turned out really great. And probably do the other half tomorrow for, I don't know, like lunch tacos, like fish tacos or something like that. So anyway, this went good. I'm glad that the new stove is working well and the storm has passed. It doesn't look like we're going to get much rain for the rest of the night, but we're supposed to have rain all day tomorrow. So who knows? Maybe we'll do a live stream tomorrow afternoon or something like that in the rain. So, oh, hey, Tab Man. Thanks, man. Oh, Chad and Lisa are tuning in. The neighborhood has never been more green. Man, I should come back just to see it. I don't really have much. Well, I got some stuff going on the next couple of weeks, and I got some people coming to visit, but I'd like to get back there and check it out because I could use some of the wood that I have stored at your place to rebuild my truck topper or the slide out extension, which needs to kind of have a little bit of updates to it. But God, this is good. I love trout like this, smoking it, or that new recipe which I haven't tried yet, where you take out all the bones and just pan sear it. I'm sure it's all awesome. Oh, let's see, Arrow, another greetings from Peoria, Arizona. Right on. Hello from Cleveland. What's up? Y'all got your team was renamed the Cleveland Indians as like the Cleveland Guardians. I actually kind of like that. I thought that was a good name, and even though I'm not a big Tom Hanks fan, I did like the video they did for the Indians, or I'm sorry, for the Guardians for Cleveland. It was a cool video, so hopefully that'll work out. But I always remember watching when I was a kid. Man, it was like Cleveland was always like either in the World Series or close to the World Series. They were so good, and they had just amazing players. So I hope that it'd kind of be cool to see that happen again. So, all right, let's see. Nashville in the house. What's up, Kool-Aid? My brother lives in Nashville. He lives down in Brentwood. Then my cousin lives in Nashville too. She's a big singer-songwriter. Her name's Nicole Gallion. She owns an all-women's record label, and she's written a bunch of #1 songs and stuff like that. She's really cool. She grew up in a small town in Kansas and used to come hang out with us and be like, "Oh, I'm in the big city of Wichita." And now she's like on the CMAs and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome. So the property's doing good though. I mean, I'm not there right now. I'm just in Colorado, but I'm excited to get back there and get cranking on things. I got a bunch of exciting stuff I want to do for build projects for the fall and stuff like that. So, all right, we're going to flip this over and start working on the other side because this side is done. God, that was good. All right, let's see. Hello from Redmond, Oregon. Right. Hey, I'm going to Descend on Bend this year, so I'm actually trying to be a little bit more social. And Tim from Truckhouse Life is coming down from Alaska, and we're going to head to Descend on Bend this year to go check out that meetup. So that'll be like the first meetup, like big meetup that I've ever been to. So I'm excited to see how many people are there that, know the channel and all that stuff. It seems like every time I go out now in Colorado and go fishing, I run into people. If there's people around, I run into people that follow the channel. So it's pretty cool to see that. So I always like it when people say hello. So let's see. Do you ever give Sierra treats or scraps? Oh yeah, she always gets treats, and that's why she doesn't really beg, is because I'm always giving her. What are you doing, sweet girl? Here, come here. She was sitting right here. I didn't even see her. I'm her, sweetie. She's a happy one, but she always gets treats, and she knows if she just kind of chills, she's good to go. So let's see. Great adventures. What music to listen to? I like right now. I'm listening to a lot of Buckethead. I always like Buckethead. I think that I don't know, just the way he plays guitar is pretty amazing. Also listen to Stick Figure, Drive By Truckers. Got some old Grateful Dead that I like. That's on rotation all the time. I think what else? That's about it for the moment. I don't listen to a wide variety of stuff. I do more podcasts. And so now that I finally figured out how to work Spotify, because I would never read the directions and I get on there and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. But now that I finally know how to do it, I'm getting back into all the Rogan episodes. And he has the best variety of people on there. So I hope one day he asks me to be on the show. I'd love to go. So Sierra's sitting right here. She's kind of just hanging out. She's waiting for any scraps from me. Let's give her one. I'm here, Sophie. Boy, she rolled in something nasty the other day. She had to sleep in the truck 2 nights ago because it was so bad. And then yesterday we got into town pretty late, but I made it a point to make sure and stop by and get her all bathed and cleaned up. And so she's smelling good now, but I think it was a dead fish that she rolled in, and she had like She had like chunks of meat on her and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, she smelled so bad. And I put all these towels down in the back of the truck to hopefully make it not smell that bad, but it's pretty bad. So, all right, let's see here. Let's see. Oh, cool. I've got a lot of people saying, let's see, Ines, Anwar, hi, Brian. I love your videos. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Cindy, I may have to try and make the meeting. Okay, cool. Talking about like Descend on Men. See, one of my buddies worked at Capricorn recording in Macau. Oh, that's cool. Awesome, man. Let's see, string cheese incident. Oh, yeah, that's right. String cheese. I used to watch them all the time. So I used to live in downtown Denver, and I had a loft in Riverfront Park. And it was an awesome place. I really liked it. It was this cool flat downtown. I was right next to everything. And I used to go to the Fillmore. Denver has a Fillmore. A lot of people don't know that. They just think there's a Fillmore East and a Fillmore West, but there's actually a Fillmore in Denver too. And String Cheese and Rebirth of Brass Band would always team up. They'd do shows with like Leftover Salmon. And let's see who else. Let's see. Rebirth of Brass Band. Jurassic 5 was a big one. They were always coming through there. So I used to go see those shows weekly. It was so much fun. My friend, my buddy Mark Prescott, we used to go to these shows all the time, and we had so much fun. I mean, there were Sancho's across the street, and Sancho's is a Grateful Dead bar, and we'd go in there, and they had these legendary Red Bull and vodka. And we'd get about 6 of those in us and go to the concert and just forget about the rest of the night. It was so much fun. So, whoops, B and whoops, get off that B. All right, so let's see here. What else have we got? Richard, hi from South Korea. Oh, hey, thanks for tuning in. Rob, I'm going to ask you a question, but you don't like people. Yeah, I don't really care for people. Your dog is so sweet and mild. I remember that when that lady. Yeah, I know that when that lady wanted to shoot Sierra because she thought she was attacking her, and Sierra was running up all friendly. It's crazy. So, anyway, this dude looks exactly like Eminem. I get that a lot. Back when I had hair, back before I used to shave my head, I had like the shorter hair, and people would be like, "You look like Eminem." I was like, "Yeah." It's about his bank account, but it's all good. Marshall Tucker Band. Oh, that was another good one too. Yeah, Greg. Marshall Tucker Band was good. And then let's see who else did. God, there used to be so many bands that would come through there. It was like every week it was just this all-star lineup, because what would happen is people would come in and they'd be traveling east-west, and there wasn't a whole lot of venues. I mean, there's like the Mishawaka up in Fort Collins, but that's an outdoor venue, so you can't do that year-round. And then like Gothic Theater and stuff like that in South Denver, that's a good theater, but it's small. So like you could do the Fillmore, in the wintertime when it was snowing outside like crazy. You go there and see shows, and we just had a blast. I'm trying to think of who else I saw there. I can't really remember. So anyway, good stuff. Oh, wow. Leftover Salmon was in Nashville on Thursday. That's awesome. The lawn trip and the DIY sprinter event. Well, that's cool. Hey, that's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it. All right, so the fish is pretty much done. Got a little bit more here. Let me finish this off real quick, and then I'm going to give a little bit to Sierra, and then I'm going to grab this ice cream and show you all. I found the best ice cream on planet Earth. It's I get it at Natural Grocers. There you go, sweetie. And there you go. And let me go grab it real quick, and I'll show it to you. It is phenomenal. So hang on one second. I'll be back in like just less than a minute. All right, so this is the ice cream right here. It's Aldean's Organic, Oregon made. You get the ooey gooey brownie, and this stuff is phenomenal. When it melts and gets all gooey and gets like this, it becomes like the best chocolate milkshake on the planet, and then you can just drink it. And it's so good. It's like it's dangerous. I mean, it says that there's 2.5 servings on here, but it's really just 1 serving. So you're good to go if you just pound the whole thing like me. So once again, the best ice cream on planet Earth. You got to get it. If you see this at the store, you have to get it. And you'll eat it all in one sitting, and you don't have to feel guilty about it, because that's what I do every time. So, so let's see, Ray. Oh yeah, man. I used to actually go up to Cottonwood Pass. So I know that area really well because I used to, for the Forest Service, I'd go up there and I'd run all the trails and pick up all the trash from all the dispersed campsites. I haven't been up there lately though, just because when they paved the pass on the other side, it got pretty busy. Used to be that you could go to the top and there wouldn't be a lot of people there, but now with the other side being paved and going into Crested Butte, it just has a lot more traffic. But there still are some pockets in there that you can get into. And if you go to Cottonwood Lake, back behind Cottonwood Lake is some fun stuff. So, but Ray, if you have any questions on that, just shoot me an email. And you can either do it through Patreon or just, I think you have my email address. Either one's good. I'll be checking it later. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Just finished my ramen, ready for dessert. Nice cup of tea. Lots of lakes up there. We cut those. Yeah. So Ray, there's lots of good stuff. And if you want to message me, dude, I'll send you some good stuff. So there's a bunch of other things up there other than Cottonwood Lake. And if you go, Cottonwood Pass has some good stuff, but there's also some really good stuff to the south of there. So hit me up and I'll let you know. So, oh, cool. So okay, so Dane is confirming that this Aldean's is good stuff. He was saying that let's see, let me pull up. So you just had an Aldean's strawberry ice cream sandwich, one of the best ever tasted. I don't know what they put in this. It's like they put like something special in here. I don't know if it's the milk from Oregon or what this farm is. It's all organic stuff, but it's loaded with fudge and brownie. It's just really good. It's the best tasting ice cream I've ever had. So make sure you pick this up and you'll be good to go. So, so let's see, Stephanie, you're asking about dietary restrictions. Well, basically, no alcohol at all. You can't even touch it because it just makes your stomach go crazy. Limited sugar. So like this stuff, it'll make my stomach feel a little bit queasy later. But if I pound a lot of probiotics, I'm good to go. I'm staying away from cheese. Let's see what else. Not doing any like breads or anything like that. I'm just kind of taking it really easy. What I'm doing is I'm doing like kind of what I call like vegan or vegetarian light. Like I still do a little bit of white chicken, some eggs, but the rest of it's a lot of vegetables and stuff like that. And it's working pretty good. So problem is I can't get my sleep figured out because it seems to be that the stomach issues kind of compound at night. So right before I go to bed, something might not feel well or something like that. It'll keep me up till about 3 or 4 in the morning. And then unfortunately in the summertime out here, the sun comes up at 5 a.m. And so if I'm up till 4, you get an hour of sleep. It's just kind of like a long nap and you wake up, it doesn't feel very good. So, but all right, let's see here. A couple more questions and then I'm going to log off and I got to take care of all this stuff and package it up so the bears don't come and visit me tonight. So, let's see here. Do you think I'll ever come to Idaho? Yeah, definitely. SBF. I'd love to come to Idaho. I was actually planning on, I actually applied to the town of Stanley to work in their Parks and Rec division because they had an opening, but then COVID hit. And then I was like, well, with COVID, I'm just going to stick to the spots that I know. So I stuck around Colorado and Utah, but I'd love to come up to Idaho and check it out. So I definitely will be up there, soon. Probably not this year, but maybe next year. Really look forward to check it out. So, no, I'm not really camped around Mormon Lake. Great Adventures. You're asking about that, but I'm planning on checking out. So, let's see. Paul Vang, what's up, dude? So this guy Paul, some of my buddies. I used to get super stoned when I lived in Denver, and take these edibles and get on Call of Duty and be like a sniper. And we had these chat things, and Paul was one of the guys in the group, and we'd all chat and stuff like that. And we've kept in touch. So Paul, thanks for tuning in. I deleted all my Instagram and social and like Facebook and all that stuff. So this is the only place that I'm on these days. But anyway, I hope you're doing well, man. I was keeping up with your post about all of your adventures there. I think it was Fresno. Was it Stockton or was it Sacramento? I know you were in Northern California. So anyway, I hope you're doing well, brother. Thanks for saying what's up. So let's see. Somebody was asking, what kind of store did I find this at? Oh, so Greg, you're asking about what kind of store did I find the ice cream at? And I found this at this was Natural Grocery. You can also find it at Whole Foods and then Sprouts. So they've got all this. So Aldean's organic ice cream. There's a bunch of different flavors, so there's not just this. But I like chocolate. I'm a chocolate freak, and so about once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'll get that. And then I realize that my stomach will hurt for the evening, and I'm totally cool with it. So let's see here. All right, let's see here. Let me do, so let's see. Let's see. Come to Minnesota boundaries. Oh yeah, I've actually wanted to go up. So Pete was saying this. Pete V. Minnesota. I want to go to that. What's that national park where there's all those islands up there and you can kayak, like, and camp on the islands and stuff. There's like 18 of them. So I want to check that out. In Minnesota, I mean, it's just so many great places to fish up there. You know, it's like a lot of people don't realize that about the Midwest, but I mean, they're like, especially the northern part of the Midwest, like upper Midwest region, you know, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, insane terrain. So got to get up there one of these days. I think what I'll do is once I'm done, like 4x4 and all this high altitude stuff, when I get a different rig that's a little bit more comfortable, that's a little bit bigger, that's when I'll probably start going to the Midwest and out east and just kind of doing some more, not as much four-wheeling, you know, just more like fishing and kind of hanging out and actually being social to talk to people and stuff like that. So, all right. Oh, Life on the Car. Hi from SoCal. Glad to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everything's going good in SoCal. I heard that there's possibly some more restrictions being put in place down there, so I hope it's not too bad. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and log off for the night now. I'm going to take Sierra for a little walk here. Looks like the storm has moved out. I'll just go over here and show you real quick. All of that was sticking over camp just a little while ago, but if we look to the north, oh, no, there's more. There's more coming. Sorry, we got some stuff coming right here. So who knows? Maybe we'll have some storms tonight, but excuse me. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like a 90% chance of rain all day long. So I'll have a new video up in the morning. I've got a video of fishing the past couple of days, and then also I'm doing a review of the little AC or the AC50S, or I can't remember the name of that, the Blue Eddy battery. I do like that battery a lot. It's nice to have a little small one back in here with me, and then have the main one up in the front, especially when there's bad weather. That way I can close off the windows from the pass through, not having the battery get wet up front. So that'll be in the video tomorrow. And then see, for Sunday I'll probably do a winter camping videos. I've got a ton more footage to do, so we'll fire up another one of those. So anyway, just want to say thanks everybody for tuning in, and if you want to cook up trout, I'd highly recommend it. It's good stuff. Make sure, like I said, make sure this is essential. If you're going to do anything, make sure you get your survival food, which is ice cream, and you got to stock up on this before you go out. So you might want to get like 2 or 3 of these instead of just one. So just heads up. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. All right, Sierra. Come on, let's go walk. Come here, sweetie. Let's go.